Well, hey everybody, welcome back. We're at the 2026 SHOT Show. Hope y'all enjoyed yesterday. We went live all day, man. Had some really cool conversations, and we're carrying right on today. And we're joined right now with Jay Putnam of Chiappa Firearms. Man, these guys are legendary. Been around forever. Jay and I were just talking about how many years we've been at the SHOT Show, and that goes kind of in junction with most all the conversations, man. A lot of time spent in the big cities, you know, representing the brands and everything that's happened, all the progressions in the not in just the manufacturing of these products and development of these companies. And Chiappa's no different, man. Since 1958, y'all been making guns, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So y'all started as a 1958?
Yes. The Chiappa family is still running the business.
So they still own the business? It's still,
absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
That's cool.
Yes, in Italy. And so, you know, at Chiappa USA here, we import all the products. We have a lot of new products that we've introduced at the show that we're really excited about.
Nice.
And so far, it's been a really good turnout and good feedback.
That's cool. And y'all also have Charles Daly now.
We do.
Which is that's just a classy name. Like, it's like the shotgun you should use at the Augusta Nationals. Charles Daly just sounds fancy, man. You know what I mean? I like that.
And it's been around even longer. The brand's been around for a long time, and we're happy to have that. And it really helps extend our line in the shotgun market and gives us a good breadth of product.
Right. And of course, we were talking just earlier before you sat down. So Chiappa, an Italian brand. Mm-hmm. The Italians have always been master gun makers, and then you get Turkey. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, it seems like some of the best guns that we see are from Turkey and Italy. I mean, it's like shotguns, rifles, you name it. It's just their attention to details. I mean, those guys in those countries make amazing firearms. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's been a big part of the whole industry for sure. And each brand represents a little bit different product line that we have to try and segregate that, but the quality's there on both ends for sure.
Exactly. Of course, y'all got headquarters set up here in America too, and
correct,
and offices here.
Chiappa USA, we're in Dayton, Ohio.
Right on, yeah.
And so not only do we import there, but we also manufacture there now.
So,
oh,
nice.
Yes, we're making some lines of shotguns there and continue to expand upon that. So
right on. So y'all. So different components of the guns y'all make there, or y'all make them from start
Yeah,
to
we
finish?
do. We make what is our honcho line. Mm-hmm. That's been really exciting, and we also make an upper for a 410 shotgun for an AR upper, and so that's been really exciting too, to just have something a little bit different.
So like a 410, like an AR.
Correct. That
410.
shoots 410 shells.
Dude, that is freaking killer, man. I didn't even know that was out. Honestly,
Yep.
I love guns, but every year I go to SHOT Show, and it's like a crash course. You know, I spent a lot of time bow hunting, grew up, you know, hunting with rifles and different things. But you get here, and it's just overwhelming.
It is.
And there's like not a couple things you like. I feel like you leave, there's 500 or 600 things. Like, dude, I want one of them. This is the ultimate place. Like, I want one of them. You go over to y'all's booth, and I noticed y'all had those little really cool, almost reminded me of the old stage, or the oh heck, what is the one? The wagon guns and stuff. Like you know,
the coach guns.
The coach guns.
Yes.
Dude, those are so cool, man. Like Bonnie and Clyde looking things.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and we actually just came out with an external hammer coach gun, which, you know, we've got a lot of feedback that that's something that was desirable. So we brought that out too, just to have, you know, some rabbit ears on a gun. And so that's exciting too. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how hard is it, Jay, sitting in your shoes? Like, one of the things we're having a conversation with most everybody sitting down is the evolution of everything, from technology, the demand. Obviously, consumers can kind of let you know, like, hey, man, love this gun, but I would love to see y'all go into this area, or maybe do this. Like you talked about how Chiappa was kind of had you, especially what y'all did. Then Charles Daly come along. Now you're in the shotguns. I mean, does it ever stop? Does that sometimes get tiring? I mean, it's a lot going on.
Well, you know, it's important to have innovation, but it's not easy. You know, it's good because I think a lot of our consumers are not afraid to tell you what they think, and that's helpful because not knowing is even harder.
Right.
But to take that and put it into something, especially, you know, what we try and do in the Chiappa line is, you know, not only make it look good, but have a functional purpose. Like our Rhino revolver, the barrel shoots out of the bottom of the cylinder, and there's a purpose for that, so that the recoil is straight back, so it reduces muzzle jump.
So it's not kicking back
exactly.
as hard.
So this year we introduced the 44 mag.
Yeah.
We've had it in a 357, and it's even more noticeable now on the 44 mag, obviously being a larger caliber,
Right.
to reap the benefits of that technology.
Yeah.
And so we take that, but we also, I would call it cutting edge on our looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want it to look good, have something that we would each shoot or buy ourselves. And you know, that takes a little bit more time. And sometimes you may be a little bit out in front of the crowd, you know, to
Yeah.
say this looks, you know, some people think it's, hey, you're a little above your time maybe, but
Right.
that's kind of what we focus on.
Well, that idea, and that's the kind of things that's cool to hear, because like I've got pistols, I got actually several 44 mags, and man, I call myself pretty brawny. I would think I am until I start shooting a bunch of like, man, this sucker, you know, it's wanting to come over backwards, and especially like I do a lot of bow hunting for moose up in Alaska in the Yukon. Well, you never know when that old bear.
Right.
But you know, a gun like that, like the Rhino, would be a perfect one to just have on
Yeah.
your side, kind of light, dependable. You know,
Absolutely.
and son, if you want to get a 2,000-pound bear off of you, that'd be the perfect thing.
You don't want to take any chances up there, do you?
No, you do not. You do not. But man, it's cool. So how many SHOT Shows now has this been, Jay?
It's probably about 23, 24. So I originally started out in the industry at AccuSport Corporation, which was a big distributor
Right,
at
right.
the time. And I started straight out of college, actually did an intern there. So that's how I got into the industry. I love the outdoors and had an opportunity to go there and started out in sales. And then developed through that organization. Eventually, unfortunately, they went out of business. And so, you know, obviously within the industry, I had the opportunity with Chiappa, and it just continued to grow there. And part of a great team, great family.
Right.
And it's really been enjoyable.
What have you noticed has changed? Like obviously, me and you we were chatting about that. How I know our perspective of coming here young. You know, we were in our 20s, early 30s, man, we were ready to rock and roll. And then, you know, now it's like, you know, you spend your day all day in here, 8-10 hours a day.
Right.
So obviously a little, a quick steak or even a burger, you're ready to hit the sack, you know. But what's some of the evolutions you've seen that has changed since your first SHOT Show to now?
Well, I think there's definitely more players in the market. You know, I mean, just looking around here, like this has continued to grow. So there's definitely more people that are playing in the market. And I think that challenges all of us to continue to stay innovative, to come up with new products, because you never know who's coming right behind you. And I think that's a good thing for our industry. I think we've branched out and given consumers more opportunities for things to have choices and just to force us all to get better.
I mean, that makes good sense. Another thing, we mentioned it earlier too, one thing that fascinates me when you hear, and you're right, you go around and there'll be brands that I've never heard of. Then you got so many of the legacy brands. I would definitely consider Chiappa a legacy brand. Like if you understand firearms and you're a fan of it, you know the brand. But you look overall, and it seems that everybody's doing pretty well. Like you'll come by and just casually meet somebody. But it also reminds me too of how I feel we're so safe in America, because everybody has a firearm. The Second Amendment is loud and proud, and people can get frustrated about it. Some people don't understand it, but I really think when you look at the amount of quality people that have quality product, I mean, it's almost like we got our own army, you know, in the United States. And so I love the fact that you can explore. And like I said, it gets back to that whole situation of like, even us, you walking around and, you know, you might have a brand you love, but you always see it and you come over to y'all's booth and you're like, man, I don't think I got one of them. And immediately you want it. Yeah. It's like my wife in purses. Like, I don't have that style of bag. So, you know, so I don't know. It's cool.
It's like the Charles Daly triple barrel.
Dude, that is amazing. And what Jay's talking about is it's literally a triple barrel. Like you got the side by sides and the over and unders, and it's actually like a little triangle. And you got 3 shells. I've always thought those would be an amazing turkey hunting gun.
Oh yeah,
because you got. I mean, you're ready to go. You're ready to go. You know, and it's not going to ever fail you. I mean,
correct.
You don't have to pump a shell. You don't have to. It ain't an auto load a shell. You're ready. You got 3 shells ready to rock. Fast, you can pull the trigger.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's also very beneficial for a waterfowl hunter, where you can only shoot 3 shells anyway. But the big benefit is having 3 different chokes. So, you know, typically if your first shot is closer, you can have a tighter choke, tighter pattern as, you know, you need to take a further shot.
Maybe
so there's a big benefit there too.
That's big. You definitely got to worry about the game warden. They want to see plug.
Right.
Like, here it is, man.
You don't
it's
need
all
a
in
plug
one.
for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I think the other thing too, Michael, is what I've seen is a change. Obviously, we're a huge Second Amendment supporter, but there's a lot of restrictions in different states, municipalities. And so one of our focuses too is on the less than lethal market.
Yeah.
So we have a separate brand there with the rubber ball and that sort of thing for those that maybe aren't comfortable carrying a firearm or aren't allowed to.
Right.
In that area. And so that's a segment too that we've got into based on feedback and opportunity to try and help those that need to defend themselves,
right,
but can't carry a firearm.
So that can go over to the consumer or the homeowner who just wants some protection.
Correct.
They don't feel comfortable having that old 44 mag or whatever it is, and even the security. A lot of the security guards, I know they're not allowed to have a gun.
Correct.
But I would assume a lot of them could allow to have a product like y'all make over there to defend, because they're defending our families too. A lot of us, we go in, we're big Second Amendment guys, but I mean, I don't have a gun on me. I've been all over Las Vegas, but I would sure like to see one of these security guards have more than a pair of nunchucks, to fight off. Like, man, I'm not ready. I'm just trying to get a steak. More. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what is that? Is those things pretty, like, from a rubber ball? You're hitting your knees pretty quick.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of energy there, and obviously it's just made to give you some space, be able to get away and protect yourself. In different situations, and especially areas like where you may be not allowed to carry a firearm. It just gives you that extra sense of security and ability to have something.
Absolutely. Yeah, as far as I've seen, there's a lot of rednecks and sophisticated people, but none of us are that good at throwing knives. Whip it out. All the Bruce Lee movies are good, but we need something more. The nunchucks and the Chinese star, to protect from the bad guys. But Jay, man, it was good to talk to you, buddy.
Too.
Man, continued success to you guys. Man, I hope you, like I said, maybe one day we'll be counting down the years we didn't come to the SHOT Show. But right now, man, everything's in full motion. Congratulations to you and all your success and what you're doing at Chiapa. And man, you're one of the good guys, man. So
appreciate
obviously
it, Michael.
great to sit down and talk to you. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're back live. I'm sitting here with Andrew Wright, Surefire Flashlights. Man, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Michael.
What's been cooking in Vegas, man?
Another SHOT Show. It's been exciting, man.
I know it, man. Have you kept your foot out of the fun wheel, or are we just going to bed early these days in Vegas?
You know, I made the first 2 nights bed early. Last night, not as early as I would have liked.
Well, dude, I went to bed. We were all talking with the OSG crew here. All the ladies behind the scenes, we were talking about, man, we were so excited about getting dinner and going to bed early.
Yep.
None of us slept. So now I guess we should have had one.
You might as well.
We should have joined you, man.
That's right. It's hard, man. There's so many good people, so many friends around. You try and make my way to the elevators to go to bed, and you end up in another conversation. It's an hour-long trip to walk 30 feet. But
dude, I know, man. And that's what we was talking about, all the SHOT Shows. I remember early years, man, I was so, what's that? Is it FOMO or fear of missing out?
Yep.
Or FOMO, whatever it's called, the kids. Yep. Dude, I was freaking ate up with that, like, man. And now I'm kind of starting to get into the area, like, man, I might be good to miss that.
Yeah,
but God, it's so fun. But you're right. All of our friends are here. All the companies, even some of the competing companies, you know, it seems like we're all buddies.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody's trying to push and go good, obviously. But at the end of the day, you just want to hang out, grab a beer, and just go check in with the family, and it's a good time, man.
It's the perfect place to do it. It's just maybe not every night, I think, is the goal.
No.
Tonight I'm getting in bed at a reasonable hour.
That was smart, though. I think I used to come in hot. You know, I'd come in hot, like first day.
Yeah.
And I'd ruin the whole show because I went in and come in hot. But now I'm kind of pacing myself a lot more.
Yeah, I can't get away with that. I got to set up the booth early in the morning. We
I
have
know
a lot of moving parts, so I got to make sure the train's on the tracks, and then we can
progress into
it. Yeah.
Well, what's going on with flashlights, man? I mean, y'all obviously are one of the leaders, man. I remember the first time I actually bought a Surefire flashlight, I literally thought that I was going to be able to meet my new wife because I could show her I had that. Like, you know, literally. I mean, there was a couple things in the South. If you had Boone's Farm wine, and a really cool flashlight and maybe a cool gun, it's like, man, you made it in life. This dude's got it going on.
You don't need anything else. New for the show. This is our brand new M640 Turbo Series. Essentially, that's a long gun weapon light. You can mount it on.
That's awesome. So right on the Picatinny rail.
Rifle, shotgun, whatever you want. Yeah, there's a Picatinny cleat. There's also an M-LOK cleat that it ships with. That's 700 lumens and 70,000 candela. Basically, that means there's 2 different measurements in light. Candela is indicative of how far it's going to go. So this light's designed to reach out as far as possible. So if you're trying to see across a big piece of property, that's the light to do it.
That's it. Or in the case, you know, if you're in law enforcement,
exactly,
or military, I mean, you're going to be able to see the enemy or explore what might be out there.
That's exactly right. Well, so specifically with these Turbo Series lights, and that's what we call our lights that have that narrow focus beam that goes to far distances. In law enforcement, they're seeing really good efficacy for seeing through tinted windows. Even if you're working a daytime shift, you're looking in dark structures often.
Right.
You need a nice focus beam to be able to go into that dark structure and see what's going on. That's where these Turbo Series lights really excel.
Right on. And what is, on average, like, you know, for somebody's looking to put one on for, maybe they want to attach it to an AR for home defense, or even like me, I do a lot of hog hunting. Is there a certain lumen or candola that you would want, or is the brightest the best, or is there a point you can get too bright? I mean, obviously, I know there's a lot of...
That's a really good question. I don't think we've gotten there just yet. I'm sure there's a point to where too bright and you're blinding yourself and you're turning it on. Generally speaking, I don't think we've gotten there. Most of our lights, you know, if you're at even like 250, 300 lumens and up, you're probably good for a defensive gun. Most of our weapon lights, both handgun and long gun lights, are a minimum of 500 lumens and up, generally speaking. And then the candela, it just depends on what the application is. For handguns, we make both like a standard hybrid beam pattern, which means it has a hot spot, but a lot of spill. But we also make Turbo Series handgun lights that have that narrow beam pattern. It depends on what the person wants.
What are you needing? What are you looking for? How far do you want that, I guess, lumen to go or consolidate? And a lot of y'all's lights too, are some of them self-adjusted if you want to broaden it out, or is it mostly
fixed? Yeah, most of ours are pre-focused and fixed just to make sure, you know, we try and build the most rugged and reliable and durable products. We don't try and have a whole lot of moving pieces.
Because that'd be a point, if you could adjust that, that'd be a point.
Water intrusion, salt spray. We do all sorts of ANSI testing to make sure they're going to last and they're going to be super durable.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But as far as like lumen, that's a really good point on the lumen output. When you're turning on a light for a defensive scenario, if you have night adapted vision, you just woke up in the middle of the night, your eyes have been seeing darkness for 4 hours. Whether you turn on 100 lumens or 500 lumens, you're destroying that night adaptive vision the same. Meaning it's going to be a big reset period, like you're going outdoors, for your eyes to adapt to the night and be able to see again. So I would personally rather have a little bit more light to get more information and see into the dark than not, if that makes sense. You're destroying your night adaptive vision when you turn on that light regardless.
I've always thought too, and it sounds kind of crazy, maybe a little corny, but obviously I've got a lot of military buddies, and almost every one of their setups, I'll notice they have a Surefire on it. And one is obviously you got the aluminums and the brightness of the light, but the durability, I mean, you don't meet many people who hunt and fish. I mean, we're pretty delicate with our stuff, but you're beating it up, man.
Oh, yeah.
And these things just take a beating. I know the ones I got, literally talking about the first ones I ever bought, I still got them.
It's awesome.
They're the older technology. There's a couple I bought just for tracking, because back in the day, all you had was those little, I remember the old 9-volt.
Oh, yeah.
Not a 9-volt, but it was like a
D-cell battery.
Yeah, like a D-cell battery, or the ones you used to put in the feeders.
Yep.
And it was literally like, I remember my mom and dad had them. And so I remember when Surefire come along, it was like I could not believe like how bright it would be.
Yeah.
But then the durability of it. But another thing I was going to say was the fact, you would think too that the brightness, like when somebody throws a light on you, like immediately your first reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you're a bad guy or good guy, is just like that. So I don't think lighting them up in a situation like that.
It's definitely an escalation of force that could potentially prevent a lethal encounter. Meaning, you might not have to shoot somebody because maybe they're dissuaded from, coming at you anymore because they got a bright light in the face. That's a very common occurrence for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good tool for that. And as far as durability goes, we manufacture all our stuff in-house in the USA. We do all of our own machining, assembly. We even do our own circuit boards. We've been doing it for 47 years now. So we really pride ourselves. We don't build to a price point. They're not the cheapest light you're going to find, but we have a lifetime warranty, and we try to build the highest quality stuff we can.
I think people recognize that. It's like cheapest is not always the best. Most cases it's not.
Yep.
But from what I've seen, y'all not pricing it to the point to where you're taking advantage of the customer. There's a lot goes into it, especially when you're talking about making them here in America. You're looking at all the design and just the innovative ways you can mount it. I love this to where you can, literally you can put it on any part of the Picatinny rail or
you can flip it around. And then it allows you to tuck the light in really nice and tight, and then you can tighten that screw and it'll stay there. That way the light's not sticking off the gun, being a big snag hazard. You can get it as low profile as possible. And like I said before, we ship every light with an M-LOK cleat. So if you want to go to an M-LOK rail or a Picatinny rail, you have both options out of the box.
You got it rocking and rolling, man. As far as like good tracking lights, like obviously you got a lot of hunters out there that, they're not as much going to have their light fixed on their gun or anything like that. They're going to have their light in their pack. I know y'all make some really good just handhelds to track with.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones depending on what your application is. I would say my go-to for outdoor stuff is called the G2X Pro. I know the name doesn't make any sense, but that's what it's called. It's a 2-cell, relatively lightweight, compact light. It has a polymer body and an aluminum head. I like that because if it's cold, the polymer is much nicer to hold onto with the bare hand than an aluminum light because it gets freaking cold to hang on to.
Makes sense.
Same thing is like I'm always digging through my backpack for something and I can bite down on the polymer and it doesn't hurt as much to bite on aluminum.
Exactly.
These are small stupid reasons, but that's why I like it for outdoor stuff. We also make a red filter for it. We make a couple different colored filters for it depending on what you want.
Right.
I like the red filter for early mornings if you're trying to get into a place, before sunrise and hope to see something. That's what I'll use. So the G2X Pro is the go-to. It has a really nice low output first, and if you let go of the button and push it again, it's got a really high output. So your first output's super low, so for tracking or if you're just trying to see something.
Or just trying to get to a stand and not trying to light up the wood, just trying to be able to see or getting that back out.
That would be my go-to.
I like the idea too. You're right on the warm touch. Like I catch myself, I love the durability. If I'm putting something on a gun, go hog hunting or just a home defense, you want the rugged, you're not worried about. But another thing, talking about that too, that polymer is a lot quieter too. Hunters, you're not banging around in the woods. It's quieter, warmer to the touch. So I like that. Do you think there'll ever be technology where you can literally take the aluminums or the candola and when you hit it, where it illuminate blood? Are we there yet, or is it? That would be.
You never know.
That would be freaking sick.
That would make things a
Because
lot
I'm
easier.
colorblind, man. I'm the
Yep.
worst tracker on earth.
Yep.
Like, now I'm good at finding that last tree that elk went by, because I can tell you, I know I need to, hopefully if I made a good shot, he's,
Yep.
not far from that last point. But
Have you been hunting elk with a suppressor?
no, I have not.
That's a game changer.
The cans are a game changer.
Yep.
Are y'all starting to make the suppressors too?
Yeah, we've been doing suppressors for quite a while.
Nice.
We primarily focus on the military side.
Right.
We have held the SOCOM contract for 5.56 suppressors for over a decade. But we also build some precision-oriented suppressors. I just started, I'm not as much of nearly as an experienced hunter, but I just started elk hunting a couple years back, 3-4 years ago now. And the first couple times were unsuppressed, and then we started going suppressed. And it's a big difference. If you got a buddy and there's a big herd, you can put an elk down and they'll just stand there and look around, as opposed to shooting unsuppressed and everybody's gone. And I mean, it's like a night and day difference.
Man, the cans, the suppressors have changed the game, because I
Yeah.
got some friends that's got them. I don't have any cans right now, but dude, now that I've shot friends' guns that have them, like I don't even want to shoot my gun. I mean, not in a hunting situation, because first of all, every middle-aged man I know about can't hear, because
Yep.
they grew up shooting.
Yep.
Just the amount of time you spend pulling the trigger in the
Yep.
hunting woods, even if you're wearing hearing protection sighting in your guns. I mean, heck, I know guys that's killing. I mean, they're killing 7 or 8 animals a year. That's still a lot of shots. So with 300 mag, and then you got the Magna-ported barrels. I mean, my
yeah.
God, it's like a bomb going off at your head.
And people don't realize, just because, that ringing might wear off by the end of the day, hearing loss is cumulative. So
Right.
every time you take a little bit off, you're taking it off your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, a suppressor, especially for hunting, you might be taking an unexpected shot. You might not be shoving some ear pro in your ears. It's a huge game changer, both from the animal's perspective, but also, as the shooter and for your spotter, your buddies, whatever.
Yeah,
It's a
even
big
kids.
difference.
Man, we always take a lot of kids hunting, and I got my kids in hunting early.
Mm-hmm.
But the number one thing everybody thinks is the recoil that freaks people out. The sound.
100%.
I think that freaks
100%.
kids out especially. They hate
100%.
loud noises. Like
I do too.
I do too. I mean, I really do too. So
Yep.
no, it's and now, if I'm not wrong, didn't they just forego the tax stamp so you save money there?
That's correct.
I'm sure the system is pretty crazy and backed up right now. Are they getting ahead of it or starting to?
They're surprisingly being processed very, very fast.
Nice.
But like you said, it's no longer a $200 tax stamp. Still
Yeah.
got to fill out the paperwork. But I mean, that's a big chunk of change you're now saving. So suppressor sales are going through the roof.
That's unbelievable, man. Well, cool, buddy. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you,
It's
man.
been
I've
fun.
always been a fan of y'all's brand, y'all's
Thank you very
company,
much.
and every time I've ever been around y'all's booth or met anybody in y'all's organization, everybody just makes you feel like your family. And
Appreciate that.
Even you and I meeting today, it's like I feel like we know each other,
Yeah,
So
no.
that goes a long way, and that's also a really cool thing about what we've been able to do, and just sitting down and talking with people. Everybody sees the products. I mean, if you've ever had a flashlight, you know Surefire, but very rarely do you get to see the people behind the scenes. And I don't know, it's a really cool experience for me. That, like I said, part of the SHOT Show, you get to see all the cool stuff, but you get to see people, man. You get to meet people, and then once you meet the people, it makes you even more excited about using the product. you know?
100%. There's people behind every one of these brand names,
Yep.
and it's really cool to see who
That's
they
right.
are. So I appreciate you taking the time to sit down. It's been awesome.
No doubt, man. Continued success, brother.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
intrinsic light found in this view. Gazing into audiences made up of an infinite resembling. This is everything you've ever been. I will try to guide you here. Where's it become clearer still? See, I have been dancing so closely with the truth. I can feel its presence within you. Learn to lay your ear closer to the root of an able voice speaking through the noise. Memory bells filled with your poise, balanced by time, praising every other life you've given to redefine the verity of subtle choices. Change your There is no need to tie you here. One and the same, intuitively. See, I have been dancing so closely with the truth. I can feel its presence within you.
That's what I feel like. She be in the right place, always at the right time. Looking like a dream worth chasing. My place, it be in the nighttime. Trying to come through and I say, okay. What else I'ma say? Suck for a pretty face, okay. And she always get away when I say. Never help myself, pretty baby. She like 2020, always driving me crazy. She like spending money just as soon as I make it. Even with the drama, little mama, my favorite. She come with finesse and stutter steps, everything fresh to the death. She ain't got a flex, she just say less. Come correct, I don't come at all. That girl done it all, run it all, window to the wall. Every time she call, it's a mission. It gon' be a trip, pay attention. I ain't even mad, she different.
All right, I'm excited about talking with Mr. Kyle Weaver. If you've ever thought about elk hunting or thought about the Western society or just Western culture, you know about Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. I've known Kyle a long time. Obviously, we're just counting up the SHOT Shows. I think we're north of the upper 20s that we've been to.
I'm 28, I believe. So.
I got to be somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I missed a couple along the way.
Yeah.
And was it 21?
Enough.
They didn't have it, right? Yeah, enough.
Yeah.
21 they didn't have it, and then I missed another one. So yeah, I'm right up there, man. Like I said, I know I've been here too long when I realized I can navigate Las Vegas pretty good.
Yeah.
As a guy like you and I spend a lot of time in the mountains.
Exactly.
You feel more at home in Missoula still though, but you don't get to be there much.
No, I spent a lot of time in Vegas.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. So what all y'all got going on? I know y'all have really taken the whole Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, and not only obviously in the conservation efforts, but also just fun, man. I always hear the stories. I hadn't been out in a long time to the Cowboy Christmas y'all have when y'all have the big shindig around the NFR and all that stuff, man. Y'all have a good time.
It was a move right before I came on. The board had made a move to the old elk camp. Just kind of ran its course a little bit.
Yeah.
And they made this move to NFR. David Allen was our CEO, and he was big in that world. And man, it's paid off. I mean, we built that exhibit hall now to 360,000 people went through that thing in 10 days. So it runs all 10 days. But I think the genius in it is we were locked into Western lifestyle. And that Western lifestyle with hunting and outdoors and conservation and all our beliefs and what we do, it's one and the same.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really helped our brand kind of, expand beyond just elk and hunting, right?
Yeah, because that's the thing. I think most people think it's just elk. Yeah. But it's not. Obviously, elk is in the title, RMEF, but you see elk in there. But y'all doing so many things for sheep. I mean, even turkey habitat, all this stuff. It's like it's.
We just did a science project with the University of Florida on turkey. I think we did a $100,000 grant with them to help them out on a project down there. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
we've out at this show yesterday we were with Leupold, and we kind of launched our new phrase, which is conserving America's big game.
That's awesome.
And it actually came from NFR. We run our name and logo on the circle there. People are like, they see the icon, right? They see the elk icon, they see RMEF, and like, what is that? Right. Well, we need something that defines what we do. So that's what we said. Well, we conserve America's big game. That's what we do.
I think that's brilliant.
And so we launched that yesterday, but we also have like a big game initiative around, and I've said this a couple times, when you do work for elk, you do work for all wildlife. It's top of the pyramid, right? And we're just expanding on that and focusing on it more. When we go in and we do this work, it's like, well, but if we tweak it here or tweak it there, it actually impacts this more or that more. We're doing water. Okay, let's make sure that water trough or whatever we're doing, that guzzler helps this or that, or migration corridor work. We're doing a ton of corridor work. We just did a piece east of Salt Lake. It was the largest mule deer migration corridor in the country. We've been doing work there for 10 years. $18 million project. They were $1.3 million short. We wrote a $1.3 million check, finished the project, right?
That's amazing.
And that's to our members and our volunteers, supporters, all the banquet people, all the stuff you do. $20 at a time, I say, man, we raise this money and we put it back on the ground.
You dang right.
Yeah.
And you're right, though. I mean, I think there's such a misconception. I wouldn't say in the hunting community, most everybody understands conservation. And if you are, maybe you got a target like an elk and you're trying to say, hey, man, let's improve that. But then, now you look, the elk population in the herds, I mean, holy cow, just in my time of getting an opportunity to hunt elk, how it's exploded, that everywhere you see the healthy elk population, everything else is doing good, and then obviously then it gets to the point where you got so many elk, the management process of that.
Yeah.
Then you add more habitat, you got better food sources, and I don't know. It's just everything from the littlest bird that somebody might want to go out there with binoculars and try.
Well, you know, a neat deal we did about 2 years ago. We did an MOU with Rough Grouse Society.
Yeah.
We found that in the east, where we're doing work, and everywhere really, the work we do for elk in that hardwoods is right in line with what Rough Grouse is doing. So we have an MOU on projects together, funding them, because who would have thought there was a big overlap between grouse and elk work, specifically elk.
It's amazing how that is, and I'm still fascinated that, specifically elk, because I love elk hunting, love turkey hunting. Probably white-tailed deer is probably right in there too, but I don't know. I like the elk and turkey because you can communicate with them. But
that's right.
But at the end of the day, now we're starting to get, like, I hunted elk one year in Kentucky. I was able to get a tag, and I was like, man, this is freaking crazy, elk in hardwoods. But I guess there were elk all across the South at one time.
Oh yeah, I mean we're 28 states, I think, if I remember. It's either 28 or 29 that there's elk in now. You know, and that was what the RMF called an Eastern Initiative for a long time, was this relocating elk. And I say now we're in restoration of elk. How do we keep those herds growing? And it's a lot of habitat work. You know, in North Carolina, those elk there, and they survived all the hurricane mess okay. We're still trying to get populations, but they're really close to having the first hunting seasons there.
That's unbelievable.
Which will be really neat. But like habitat work, that canopy is so thick, right? Can we
even the hurricane with it's all grown up, it's thick, and it's almost like those elk are living in what they would live in Washington up there. That thick, nasty,
it's kind of like an Oregon
Cascades
Roosevelt type
kind of
world.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you look at that and you say, how can we open that? Well, if we can get in there and do some of that, those herds can expand. And I think the number is something around 3 million people a year come to that valley, Maggie Valley in there, to look at elk. So just the tourism that brings in.
I know Pennsylvania's got unbelievable
elk. Just a cool animal. Like people,
they're amazing.
They are really neat.
I think it's the ultimate big game animal to hunt, especially with the bow and arrow. It's like they're tough, hardy, good eating. I mean, my goodness, I tell people all the time, if you want to see how your heart is, just let an elk bugle at you at about 20, 30 yards.
I was doing a thing with NSSF yesterday, and they were talking about mentoring and getting into elk hunting. They said, what's the first thing you tell someone? I said, get in shape.
You ain't lying.
Get in shape before you go, because that's going to determine your success.
You ain't lying, because you're already going to be breathing hard, standing still when they're just your adrenaline.
Exactly.
But then you go 7 to 12 miles a day up in the mountains, especially in those high altitude places. I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be regretting eating all them oatmeal pies before you got up there. I promise that.
For sure.
What else y'all got going on, man? I know y'all got so many.
Yeah, you know, we're really big right now in research and science. We brought in our own PhD for the first time. And there's a lot of research and science out there, but when you look at advocacy, right, fighting for hunters' rights and opening access to land and trying to do more habitat work, it all starts with the science. You look at management of predators, right, mountain lions and grizzly bears and wolves and all that. It's all around the science. So we've funded a lot of science through grants, but we're actually getting in the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's an important thing. Like it's follow the science, and we've always been a research science-based as an organization. I think the one thing the Elk Foundation's always done is our brand, lack of a better word, it's clean, right? We just stay clean that way. So that's a big initiative beyond all the other work we're doing. And then this big game initiative, like focusing on all the big game populations and what we can do. We had a project in Nevada 2 years ago and ended up by haphazard, right? It improved the moose population up there by like 50%.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whoa, what did we do that made that happen? We're focused on more of that kind of work.
Yeah.
And just, you know, having fun, growing the brand.
Having a good time,
expanded. This Western lifestyle thing is fun.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. Everything y'all do, from the banquets to the national show, it's such a fun environment. The children, the wives, even some of the ladies who might not be into the elk hunting or the culture, they always have fun. They can always find them something at the show that they're excited to go see.
I was talking to that interview yesterday. The interesting thing with our people, I think, is they understand the land, the habitat, the access, the science, the ecology world as much as, and they love to go hunt. They really get into that more.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's big Western landscapes. you know, the big landowners, the big ranchers, we rely on them. That's where most of these elk live during the winter.
Yeah.
That's where they survive.
So working with the private landowners.
We have 250 easements, conservation easements. And in those easements, they all have wildlife impact, whether it's corridor or summer or winter range where these animals are surviving and stuff. You know, we rely on that world tremendously to move this whole thing along, and working with all the state agencies and all that. But we're part of the Big Game Initiative is growing in the east. You know, we have about 80,000 members east of the Mississippi. There's a lot of people. We look at this is kind of a funny demographic study we do on our members. We have more deer hunters than elk hunters. Right? We have 94% of our members hunt deer, and it's like 82% hunt elk. They just haven't got to hunt it yet. They want to.
They're dreaming of it.
Exactly.
They're supporting it for
And
their
a lot
opportunity.
of those are those eastern people, right? But they're members, and they love our organization, see the work we do. How do we take that business model and expand it and make some things happen? We got some private land stuff we're going to do in the east to open access. We're working on some programs there with, you know, lumber companies that want to open up, and how do they manage easements. So I think we can take what we've done in the west and do some impact. You know, we both eastern boys.
Oh, exactly.
It's hard to find places to hunt.
You just dream of getting out west.
Oh, yeah.
I got a question. Have y'all looked into, and I didn't even realize this was even a problem when it comes to some of the habitat, like the wild horse deal out in Arizona and New Mexico. I was out there this past year. We hunted a lot of the Navajo Nation, which obviously is its own kind of self-contained, own governed situation with their own tax system and all. But I got to looking, and I was talking to a lot of the Indians, and I was like, yes, it's becoming a really big problem. And it's such a hard to figure out how to manage it.
It is.
Because it's like, you know, what do you do?
Yeah, and it's a touchy issue.
Yeah, because they're beautiful.
General.
They're beautiful.
They are.
See the wild stallion.
We have a position statement on it that just says they should be managed, and we've actually. So they do some things, you know, to try to make them sterile. They do catch so many and move them, and we have funded a lot of that work.
That's cool.
So we don't just say, hey, you need to manage them. We do throw some money and say, hey, we're actually in here to help throw some money into grants and help in doing it. They're just exploding, and you know, and when they eat something down, it's gone.
I was going to say a horse.
Oh,
remember my papa used to tell me the difference in a cow and a horse is a horse don't know when to stop eating.
Exactly.
They're always at their head down grazing. You know,
they'll eat till they founder themselves.
Exactly. It's crazy.
That's a tough one, and I think there is some progress being made in finding some ways of going in and capture and move them to, you know, places where they can be and be managed better, and not have that. It's like everything. It's how do you keep that population continue to expand without being inhumane in how you do it.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So a lot of it comes down to money. So we do throw some money at it.
Because the same habitat improvement that you do for the elk, well, it certainly helps wild horses. I mean, it's just like a elk without a rack. I mean,
and I really don't know how the predator world works with the horses. I don't
either.
I don't know if the wolves and bears go after them as much as they do.
It always makes better sense to me. Like, you know, you see the introduction of the wolves, and you've seen that in some cases decimate the elk populations and the livestock. And I've always thought, well, maybe. You know, nobody wants to see anybody shoot a wild horse, but nobody's going to cringe at the wild horse that's overpopulated. Maybe the wolf getting on that one. You know, maybe that's
my guess is it just doesn't taste as good as an elk.
It must not. I think that's right.
That's my guess.
It's got to be. And the wild animals know. I mean, look at the you know, everybody talks about nature and human and the way we hunt. I've seen those old brown bears slap a big old salmon out and just eat the caviar and won't even eat the rest of the fish. Kick it back and just gorge themselves on the caviar. Maybe that's what's happening.
It's probably something to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Kyle, we could talk forever, dude. It's such good to see you, man. I always look forward to seeing you. You've done a hell of a job at what y'all done.
Let's do some more together with RMF.
I would love that.
You and Nick and the team. And
I would love that.
Get something going.
I would absolutely love it, man. Stay in touch and let's do some stuff.
We'll do.
Thanks for joining us, man. Kyle Weaver right here, buddy. We'll be right back. We ain't going nowhere. Got some more cool guests coming for Kyle Weaver. If you're not a member of Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, go to the website. You got to join, man, because we all love elk hunting. And we all love big game. They're doing a little bit for all of us.
Good.
Well, we're back live again, and I'm with my buddy Chad Shear. Man, I've known Chad a long time. We were just counting up the SHOT Shows like many of the guests before, but we were talking about years ago. Remember, we used to go shooting that little pop-up archery tournament Johnny Morris had up at Bass Pro Shops.
It was like an old Kmart building or something, and they.
I think it was a Kmart building.
And Bob Folker ought to be in there with the microphone harassing us. So we were the young.
We were the young ones.
We were the young ones.
I mean, and Chad and I were complete nobodies. So I felt like that's what gave us the edge, though, because everybody was wanting to see how. I remember Mark Drury shot it one year, and to kind of explain the situation, they would have these pop-up targets. It was the first year I remember. I forget the company had it.
Yeah.
And these deer targets would pop up from anywhere from 20 to 50 yards. And you would shoot, and then they'd have just an audience watching. So they were watching their favorite hunting personalities, which at the time, you and I weren't doing any TV. We were just working for companies. And so anyway, I felt like we didn't have the pressure on us, but everybody wanted to see what Bill Jordan was doing, or Brad
Harris.
Brad Harris.
Yeah, with Loman back in the day.
And felt like, didn't Harold Knight shoot it at one time?
Harold and
so even us, we're sitting back watching some of our guys that we looked up to like, and then we'd see them shoot. Sometimes like, oh, we can do that good. We can do that good. We had so much fun.
We had nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah, nothing.
Nothing. We were in our 20s.
Yeah.
And I'd won the World Elk Call Championship, so that kind of got me a little edge to get in there.
That's right. And I was a turkey. You was an elk guy, and I was a turkey calling guy. So it was like, hey, man, glad to be here.
That's when Bass Pro had one store.
And they're going to give us a sandwich. We get it's like a real ham and cheese sandwich and good deli meat turkey. This ain't even bologna. This is like good stuff.
And if we were really good, we got to eat at the restaurant upstairs.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. I think it was just one store.
It
That tells you how long ago it was. It was just the Springfield, Missouri store.
That's it.
And then later it started.
I mean, and that turned into an event because there were people there that went there on their honeymoon. That they planned their vacation around that event. It was fun time.
And it's still happening now. They got the whole aquarium. And the Wonders of Wildlife, I guess that's still part of the same thing, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, all that does, for those listening, you want to know when you've seen Chad on TV or you've seen maybe something we've done, you say, God, man, them guys are getting old. Yes, we are. I mean, we were kids, but now we're in our 50s, and like, that's yeah, exactly. And somebody asked me, man, you can get some Just for Men and tie that out, and I'm like, yeah, but I might not can afford it. I'd have to do it every other day. So,
but it's so cool being in the industry and now seeing another generation, and people ask all the time, how do I get in there? And I'm like, there's no said way to do it. And I use you for an example. I'm like, Michael used to run camera.
That's exactly right.
I would do whatever it took.
Guide, run a camera, clean a shotgun. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly. Now, what you up to now, Chad? You over at BPI now?
Yeah, I do. I'm director of advertising and media relations for BPI Outdoors, which is Bergara and CVA, Power Bullets, and been in quake industry. So I've been doing that for over 20 years, I think 27 or 28. And then I've got a TV show called Shoot Straight, which I've been doing that for about 18 years. And
long time,
goes way back to the days on doing Outdoor Channel for black powder guns and hunting like 25 years ago. So
yeah, you really got into the black powder stuff, man. Like it's funny, when you think of your name, it always kind of, right in line with black powder. You know what I mean?
I've been blessed. I've been able to hunt on 5 continents over the years with a muzzleloader, and it's opened so many doors and met so many great people. That's the thing I love about this industry. It's the people. And people are like, oh, do you really like going to SHOT Show and everybody's getting sick and that? I'm like, I've been doing it 30 years. I get that immunity build up.
We were just so we don't get sick most of the time.
I'm really blessed because we're on the road all the time and airplanes and that. But being able to be in this industry, and it's like a big family reunion. I mean, you just stand there and you're just saying hi to all your friends.
That's really what it is. And you see so many walks of life. I mean, literally, I think they said 112 different countries are here.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. Even the little small towns that we come from feel like it's own little country.
Yeah. Well, I live up on a mountain and there's 600 people in the town below me, and I'm like, wow. I just look around one little section of the building. There's more people than my town I live in.
Oh, I know what you mean, man. No, it's crazy. It's cool to talk to you because you're right. You can see it's been an adventure, man. It's like in my mind, I still feel like we're 12 years old, but then in reality, you know, we've been doing it a long time. So.
Yeah, we had a dinner last night. We were talking about bucket lists and that. And I just think back on all the stuff, and that doesn't mean I want to let off the throttle and not keep doing it. But I tell you, when you start having kids, and now I've got a grandson that's 2 and going to have a granddaughter on the way, I'm like, I'm looking more excited about getting them out there and spending time with them and outdoors like I grew up and how my boys grew up.
I totally agree. As a matter of fact, I think if it's anything that I see, even a lot of guys my age, friends of mine, younger generation, and some guys even a lot older, and man, I'll go through my camera roll or go back and look, and I sit here and think like, oh my goodness, what an amazing, blessed life that we have. Now, I will say, you know, we was talking about you and I in those early years, we didn't realize what we were putting on the line. I mean, there was a very small percentage chance of us even staying and working in the industry. But it was just like we were young, having fun. And then somewhere along the line, it's like, hey, dude, I'm going all in, sink or swim. And I'm so thankful that we did. But it's always a reminder to me to tell everybody, like, dude, if you see something you enjoy, it's never too late to just invest yourself, bet on yourself, and go for it, man.
I think back, I was going to college and working at UPS, and I was thinking about being an attorney or in management, and had an opportunity to start guiding. And I started guiding, I fell in love with it. And my grandpa always said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I saved up my money. I had $12,000. And I said, I can make it 18 months.
On $12,000?
On $12,000 to make my payments and do it. And my first client, because I didn't know any better, I reached out to people in Nashville. Tim McGraw was my first client ever, paid client.
That's awesome.
And then Henry Paul from Blackhawk. And all of a sudden, it's just synergy. And then I met Richard Childress and NASCAR. And things just rolled. And I can't tell you, oh, do this, this, and it. It was just God really blessed me and gave me some opportunities. And then I ran with it. There's a lot, as you know, 18, 20-hour days and going. And I started outfitting business. And 30 years ago, here we are, and it's like, wow. And my boys, I wanted to thank you for something. A couple of years ago, well, 10 years ago, my boys Walker and Wyatt were younger and teenagers. They couldn't get into SHOT Show yet, so we brought them to ATA, and they were just walking around. I wasn't with them, and they ran into you, and you knew them by name. You're like, Walker, Wyatt, hey. And that put such an impression on them. They're like, Dad, people know who we are here. I'm like, well, you grew up in the industry. And I thought that was so cool, and your kindness to so many people. It's so important.
That is one thing I think that does work well in this industry. Even the SHOT Show, you got all these firearm manufacturers. I mean, you work with a firearm manufacturer as well, but it's, dude, you everything's safe. Like all these shows we go to, we just had Kyle Weaver with Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. I know y'all done a lot with them, and all these consumer or industry shows. And I know there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, but I enjoy, like you're saying, bringing your kids to these shows, and I've seen them grow up. My kids, man, it's almost like when we were kids playing in the yard, just at dark, make sure you're back in the house, dinner's ready. Just turn your kids loose. They might be down there hanging out with y'all in y'all's booth. They might be over here to call manufacturers and come back, and Eddie Salters and gave him a turkey call, and Harold or David.
That's exactly right.
And I never take that for granted, man. It's amazing.
Our boys grew up at the trade shows, and they had all these uncles and aunts that were outfitter buddies of ours, or they had the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation elk tour, and there was Don Stemler and Roger was there, and they were Uncle Don, Uncle Roger, and they had cookies in their booth, and they'd go hang out with them, and then said, okay, let us know.
And you knew they were safe.
They're totally safe.
Totally, like,
yeah. It's just,
I remember I was at National Wild Turkey Federation convention one year, and had all my kids there, and they were running around, and it wasn't long. It's like with the parents, Michael Waddell, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like hanging out with turkey hunters, just chilling.
Yeah.
And my kids have gotten somewhere lost in the Opryland Hotel.
Oh boy.
And I thought they was literally over at Harold Knight in them booth or something, but somehow they ventured off into the botanical garden. And so it's so embarrassing. All my friends are like, even fans are sitting there like, is that you? Like, yeah, it sounds like my kids are lost. Yeah. Maybe, well, they're in the building. I know they're somewhere within 9 acres of this Opryland resort, So.
No, it's funny. I was hosting an elk calling competition at one of those shows, and up on stage, I look over, and somehow one of my boys took one of the mouth calls. He was competing and got it stuck in his nose. And I had to come off the stage in the middle of it, and he was just messing with it, and somehow I was like, dude, how did this happen?
Dude,
but those are just things that happen, and we're still doing shows. We'll be at Great American Outdoor Show at NRA here in a couple weeks, and Hunt Expo, and that's what I love. I love being out with people and meeting them and spend that time encouraging people. Go for it.
Just go for it.
I mean,
that's exactly right.
I love the little booths at SHOT Show, the 10x10s.
I do too.
I love walking down there and seeing what's new and exciting, and it's inspiring.
Yeah.
And I try to encourage those people. Hey, go for it. Go for it.
Well, man, before we get out here, what y'all got going on with some of the guns in the company right now, man?
Yeah.
Y'all got some, obviously, y'all innovating. And
it is so exciting.
Yeah.
At CVA, we just launched a Rimfire series, and so these are guns at MSRP's $399 up.
No way,
oh yeah,
dude, that's crazy.
On a 22 long
and
rifle.
them guns shoot too.
They shoot. They have a 1022 footprint for your magazines, so those are interchangeable. They're threaded for suppressors, because that's the big thing right now. And it comes with a pick rail, and we have it in our standard all the way up to a walnut stock on that. Something that's really cool, we came out with an XP version on the muzzleloader, which it's our optimal platform, but it has a pistol grip.
Wow, yeah.
And an 18-inch barrel for the guys that are hunting in blinds. So that's super good. Also 26-inch barrel if you want to shoot a little bit longer. The turkey season's coming up. I know you're thinking about it like I am. We've had that 410 for a long time. We just introduced a 28 gauge in our Scout series. Also pistol grips in our 35 Wayland Scouts and several calibers. That's on CBA. On the Bergara side, we have a SEMA Pro. That's an amazing gun.
Oh, that's some shooting suckers in Bergara.
And then the Platinum Stalker, all the way up to 375. So you guys looking at going after buffalo in Africa or going after brown bear, we have that. And the lines are just super strong this year. I'm so excited to be here because I get to tell the story over and over about all the great products, and it's just amazing. We appreciate the people that are out there buying these guns and supporting it, and I love the brands I work with. They really stand behind it.
That's cool, man. Well, it's such a pleasure to talk with you, Chad.
You too, buddy.
Continued success, buddy, and hope to see them youngins yours running around. They ain't youngins no more.
No. They got youngins with them now.
I know, they
it's
got
crazy.
youngins.
Yeah.
They still youngins to us. My
That's
youngins will be still youngins in your eyes, but
Yeah,
they're grown men now.
Yeah.
They're doing good. Chad Shearer,
waste another one. Oh, that darkness, it won't set me back again. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Take me back to you. Just shake the ground. Oh, this lightness, it will fill the air around. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Back to you.
sad to each his own. I don't stay up on the drama, no way. Don't fill me in, cause I couldn't care less. No ice on my neck, I'm keeping it cool. I don't need a flex, don't need a flex, no. I gotta keep it low-key, hustle on high, vibing on finer things, yeah. Gotta keep it low-key, mind on glass, half full kind of thing. I'm booked and busy, 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 yeah. I'm booked and busy, 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 yeah. Hopping the whip 'cause I'm driving, popping some bottles and buying. Busy, 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 so don't go looking for me now. I can make mountains move in my head. I stay blessed, yeah. I'm learning big lessons when I'm tested. Straight A's like I'm both student and professor. Nobody handle bidding like me. Quiet when class is in session. Yeah, quiet when class is in session. I'll take the lead, cause it's on me, yeah. Gotta keep it low-key, hustle on high, vibing on finer things, yeah. Gotta keep it low-key, mind on glass, half full kind of thing. I'm booked and busy, 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 yeah. I'm booked and busy, 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 yeah. Hopping the whip 'cause I'm driving, popping some bottles and buying. Busy, 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 so don't go looking for me now, now.
Well, now I'm sitting down. I got Ryan Bader with TriStar Arms, and man, we were just talking. Holy cow, man! We've been mixing it up around here a long time.
Long time.
It's unbelievable.
This is my
Thank you for joining us.
20th year, I think, here at SHOT Show.
That's crazy, man. It's unbelievable. I was trying to count up. It's at least been, I think 97 was my first year.
Wow.
So now I'm getting up into mid 20s at least.
We used to be the young guys here.
We were the young guys.
Not anymore.
That has been the theme of all these lives. We're just laughing about. I mean, even here in the booth, all the team here, we're just talking about all the fun we should get into, and so obviously we still have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I think as you get mature, and Vegas will grab you and just mash you up.
Eat you up.
Man.
Yep.
It will.
10 o'clock night, you go to bed. 11 o'clock maximum.
If you're coming to the SHOT Show too hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody's dressed nice and putting on their Sunday best, but all of a sudden, dude, it will mash you up. You might be dressed good, but you ain't feeling good.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, what's been going on, man? Y'all had a lot going on over there.
We do. I mean, it's good to see the industry is stabilizing. That we're more on the hunting side. That doesn't ebb and flow near as much as some of the other parts of the industry. TriStar's doing well. We're a family-run company. My father's been in the industry for 45 years.
Right.
So walking over here, can't make it 5 feet without shaking somebody's hand that you know. And it's just I'm walking around here and go, God, I love what I do. It's in my heart, in my soul, and in my gut, and I love this place.
It is cool. We were talking about that, and it's so amazing because if you look at the companies that we all represent, it's certainly a huge competitive. But it reminds me of like when we were kids playing baseball, or like even high school. It's like you still were all friends.
Absolutely.
And even selling whoop tickets, like we gonna knock y'all off this.
When the gloves come off, you're still buddies.
Yes. The gloves come off.
And this industry is so friendly, even as TriStar and Mossberg are direct competitors.
Yeah.
We talk all the time.
Right.
All the time. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? We're more friends than we are competitors, and I would say that's more for most of the industry looks at it that way.
I agree with that.
This is a big show. It's one of the top 20 shows in the world, but it's a small amount.
Amazing.
The core is a small amount of people.
I agree. Yeah. It is amazing to see that culture, and I don't know. It just makes it. Even though I think I heard there's 113 countries represented in the show, but it just still feels so American. Like start getting into the Second Amendment. I know you love to hunt. Obviously, you guys have a lot of great hunting shotguns and rifles and stuff. But when you start looking overall, it just I don't know, man. It just feels so old school. Even as so big as it is, it still feels small, man.
And it's nice too, though. The latter years of SHOT Show, the last few, the Second Amendment isn't the hot talking point right now.
Yeah.
It's whether it's the president or whoever, it more adapted amongst the culture of Americans.
I agree.
Saying, hey, maybe this isn't the evil empire. It's we are hunters. We're conservationists.
Right.
People don't understand that if we don't manage the deer population, it's going to get out of control. If you don't manage the duck wetlands, there will be no more duck wetlands. So that this industry is so much bigger than selling guns and ammo.
100%. And another thing I think happened, we were talking about this at breakfast this morning, and maybe this was around that situation we went through in COVID, which was an awkward time for all of us. But there was a lot of people, men and women, that realized, wait a minute, I don't know anything about putting meat in my pantry for myself. I know how to go to the grocery store, the supermarket, and I felt like we had a whole nother wave of interest. And it wasn't from the standpoint even of trophy hunting, but they quickly got into the understanding of conservation and just how these animals can take care of you. It's like a lot of these men was like, man, I'm just a berry picker.
And I think what people understood is that a lot of the tax dollars involved in a gun sale get pumped back into conservation.
Yes.
That many companies, TriStar and many other companies, we are donating tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to different entities that manage conservation, that make sure that my kids and your kids can hunt like we used to hunt, so protecting tomorrow's generation.
Yeah, not all the corporations that represented here, all the way from the game call businesses to our hunting license. There's so much of that goes, and so it kind of goes back to the same situation that it is hunters that are the conservationists, and it's
100%.
It's hunting just goes synonymous with.
I mean, there were a lot of bad
wildlife.
things came out of COVID, but a lot of good things came out.
I agree.
Out of COVID.
Yeah.
And you're right, to your point, where people were like, "Wow, maybe I'd not be able to go to the grocery store and put meat on the kitchen table." You had a lot of people too that were nervous and maybe just wanted home protection, and it opened up the industry to not just hunting, to home protection, to just being a gun enthusiast, or to get outside. You know, like go shoot a bow. You know, go do something, target shoot. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot more facets to this industry than just hunting or just shooting. You know, it's all encompassing.
It was really cool too, because I remember it seemed like it was a shift in interest. Like for all of us that were endemically engaged into this, you know, whether we're deer hunters, elk hunters, turkey hunters, you know, we're kind of that place where we're sitting around showing trail cam pictures of bucks.
Oh, yeah.
What's the biggest one we got? Like, I think this deer's 150. I don't know, this might crack into 170. Well, all the new people that come in, they were just like, Ryan, can you teach me how to skin a deer?
Absolutely.
Can I eat a squirrel? And I thought that was just like, I don't know, it's so cool because it's like, it brought me back to a kid, and it made me realize, like, yeah, man, I want to get a buck, but it don't even matter.
And the other thing is, it used to be a very male-dominated industry.
Yes.
And there's so many more females getting into hunting, into shooting. Look around the show, it's not the 90-10 anymore, it's almost 60-40, you know, and I hope to see it 50-50 at some point. There's so many more people. This industry is so welcoming to all people. You made a comment earlier about how many countries are represented.
Yeah.
You know, you see the Turkish people represented and the South Americans, and I've noticed more of the Indian nations coming in now too.
No doubt. A lot of the tribal councils
yeah,
are here.
Absolutely. Yep. So it's such a great industry. I'm so proud to see how it's grown and where we are today.
Yeah. Well, one thing before we get out of here, talk a little shot with y'all about TriStar. Dude, that little 410, dude, that's got to be one of y'all's most popular. That thing is sick,
dude. The 410 semi-auto, the Viper G2 was probably what put TriStar on the map. We swept awards that year. It was 2019 we introduced it, and we swept all the awards, and it was the first 410 that shot 2.5 and 3-inch interchangeably.
Yeah.
And about that time, the TSS ammo came out, and so every turkey hunter goes, why am I shooting a 12 gauge when I can carry a 20 gauge into the field? And that was it for us. And the innovation, working with our factories back in Turkey, it was cool to see it all come together. And you know, it was good for smaller stature people, for my kids, your kids, for women, for just people that don't want to carry a weight of a 12 gauge anymore. It really opened up. It's been a fun ride to watch it grow.
I had more people I'd hunt with, and every time, man, that TriStar 410, and they were spanking them, son. I saw some shots that they made with that gun that, man, that would have been that was about as far as I would have shot with my 12 gauge back in the day.
I didn't think it was possible. I've had people come up, look at this. How far? 50 yards, 55 yards, 60 yards.
And like you feel like you're carrying around little brooms. It's so light, but it reminds me, when I saw that gun, I looked and it had a little pistol grip on it, and I forget the name. There's these little die-cast little guns that you can buy in like a hobby shops, and when I saw this gun, it was like, dude, this is like a real version that a grown man, a kid can take to the woods.
Absolutely.
And of course, I mean, y'all got 12 gauge, you got 20, you got all 28, everything, but that gun, everybody I think overlooked it. But you guys said, you know what, we're going to hone in and make the absolute best 410 auto loader.
My father's been doing this for 45, 50 years.
Yeah.
It was his idea. It was his, baby, and he groomed it, and we executed it, and we're here.
Oh, Pop just boom hit that part. Yeah, exactly. We got to show you some love, Pops. We still giving you love, man. Still giving you love.
You bet.
What else been going on before we get out of here, man? Same old grind.
Same old grind.
I hear you.
I leave here and go back to meetings.
I know that's right. Well, man, I'll let you get back to your booth. Ryan, always good to see you, buddy.
Great to see you, Michael.
Good to chat with you, and continued success, man. Y'all keep rocking.
All right.
Tell me your secrets. Every parent and teacher thinks you're Jesus. All the girls love you, and so does the football team. Got a 5 on your APs, but you hardly even studied. He's on a full ride to the school of everyone's dreams. You're such a golden boy, the poster child of Illinois, so perfect that it's hard to be annoyed. You live the easy life, so strong but won't pick a fight. You make me question if I do anything right. Golden boy, ooh, I think you're like 6'4", homecoming king but wasn't in the court. Volunteered on the weekends but still went to every party. And of course you're sensitive, has no problem listening to Taylor Swift. He can sing anytime and he sounds like Paul McCartney. You're such a golden boy, the poster child of Illinois, so perfect that it's hard to be annoyed. You live the easy life, so strong but won't pick a fight. You make me question if I do anything right. Golden boy, ooh, golden boy,
Band-aids on bruises, got loads of excuses. Keep the problems in the trunk. It's so hard to keep this up, but we already knew this. I'd ask for help, but it's useless. Only small talk for a month, that'll never be enough. Avoiding the service lights till we broke down on the 405. Gotta say I'm not surprised, but I didn't think it'd be tonight. I called the tow truck, you called your mom. She picked you up and took you home. She said there's no use, yeah, avoiding the service lights till you told me you don't wanna fight. So I break down on the 405. Turn up the music to drown out the damage. The sound of falling out of love. Should I even pick the pieces up? Had Flynn in the backseat, back when we were still thinking history. Your mother knew it all along. She put my stuff out on the lawn. Avoiding the service lights till we broke down on the 405. Yeah. Gotta say I'm not surprised, but I didn't think it'd be tonight. I called the tow truck, you called your mom. She picks you up and takes you home. She said there's no use, service lights until we broke down on the 405. Hey, avoiding service lights until we broke down on the 405.
All right, we're back live. We've been live all day yesterday. And so far, we hope we hadn't offended anybody or said anything off color. We've been talking about everything going on at the SHOT Show, obviously the shooting, the hunting industry, and just so many good things. And so if you go back and look at all these lives, we've talked a lot, a whole lot about firearm manufacturing and the different brands that's out there. But what we haven't talked about is how to protect the guns. And I'm sitting with a good buddy, Jim Eubanks, here with Rhino Metals. Undeniably, in my opinion, the best gun safe you're going to have on the market. Just amazing. And when you find out and you get to hear from Jim, the people behind the scenes, well, hell, they're as cool as the gun safe. So anyway, Jim, thank you for coming and joining us at the SHOT Show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
What's been cooking, man? I know y'all still making them good gun safes.
Yeah, when you do something different in the industry, when we came out with the SafeX locking system,
yeah,
getting, when somebody sees it, and you've seen it,
yeah,
the light bulb goes off what makes it different. And so it's been a pretty exciting, and we're looking, now that it's been out for a full year on all of our models, 2026, we're looking for some pretty good things.
Oh, no, you ain't breaking in this safe. No. Y'all got that, the way that it locks in, you are not, it's pry resistance.
That's right, it does change the game. The way people break into safes, your common, whatever the right term for the thief is that comes in your house, they pry them open.
Right.
Nobody wants to be, there's not a safe built, I say this all the time, that if you're never going to get shot or you're not going to jail, you can't get in.
Right.
If you had your farm equipment sitting there and everything you have available and nobody was going to come bother you and you had a day to work on it, you get in that safe. I don't care whose it is.
You're right.
That's just the way it is. But nobody wants to be there that long,
right,
and wants to make noise and carry all this stuff around. So the prying is the way that most of your thieves and stuff are going to try to get in it. And our safes can't be pried.
They just get old sharpshooter something to pry, that's how they get in.
Yeah. They brought a crowbar or something, and some of your less expensive and lighter built safes can be popped open, even some of the ones that not.
Yeah.
They get popped open a lot easier than what people think.
Yeah.
But with our new system, you can't do that. It gives you some more room inside the safe. So we're really looking for a big 26, having that out there more.
Well, I know too, one thing I love about the Rhino metal safes is the fact, bro, man, it's the colors and the different custom ways you can make them. A lot of us men, dude, you just give us a good safe that keeps our stuff safe, fireproof. Right. We're happy. But the ladies in the house, whether it's building a nice door for the, the concrete, whatever safe room, but you got any color, you can match paint grade, samples, you can, the look of that old kind of vibe, that old bank vault look.
Yeah,
man, that's my
ironworks. We call it the iron.
Yeah, the ironworks. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, and I like that, but I'm old, so it goes with me.
Yeah, it kind of feels.
It does. And
1800s a little bit.
And when you look at it, and it actually has, those aesthetics actually do a lot of structural things on the corners and stuff.
Right.
And so it just makes the already very heavy gauge safe even tougher. So it's
right on, man.
Yeah, it is. It's
well, if you're looking to get one of y'all's safes, is the best way to go y'all's website? I know y'all got some dealers as well.
We have. You go to our website. We have a dealer locator, so you can go and see a vast majority of them on there. You can do a lot of research on the site. So you can even, when you call that dealer, hey, I really like these two safes.
Yeah.
Could I come by and take a look at them?
Nice.
But So that's the easiest way to find out who your local closest dealer is.
Right, how to get to it and get in touch with
Absolutely.
the dealer.
Absolutely.
You can kind of lay it out what you want, maybe
Oh,
look at
yeah.
different colors and schemes and stuff.
Oh yeah. You
And I know
customize
y'all
it.
got a bunch of cool furniture too, man. Like really
we make
cool.
some we make some desks and cadenzas and mobile bars like people like to put out in their patios and things
Yeah.
like that, all out of metal with
Right.
that antique look.
Right.
And so end tables, one of our biggest SKUs as far as sheer numbers, we have in nightstands. They're
Yeah.
marketed as nightstands, and you got a regular drawer on top, and on the bottom you've got a fireproof safe to keep
Right.
a handgun in or paperwork or things like that, and it's right there next to you. But and that crosses it from the safes and the furniture, but we do a little bit of all.
That's pretty cool, man. Well, you brag a lot on y'all's product. I got to take a little time, and I know you want to brag on her too. But your wife showed me a picture, or you showed me a picture on your phone. Your wife shot a giant this year on y'all's farm, man.
She did. She did. It would have been one of those, if somebody like yourself was there and you were filming it,
Yeah.
you'd still be just shaking your head because she didn't realize quite how big he really was.
She just knew it was a nice buck.
A real good buck, and she shot. And she said I didn't give her any hint that when I said, well, come on, I've got him now.
Yeah.
Because she sit in the shooting house till I got there to show me where that he jumped back into the woods a little bit. Didn't go 30 yards. But we're waiting for him to dry to make sure. I think he's just going to miss the all-time. He's 169 and an eighth.
That's
what the
a
net
stud,
is.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, so that was her biggest deer. She was pretty excited, but when she got there, I had to tell her we were not broadcasting it without calling people, but you could probably have heard her from Kentucky and Georgia.
I was going to say, I might have heard her.
Yeah, you might
have heard her yelling.
You might have heard her.
I think she got one.
I think she did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so but she was pretty excited. And, that's what we do. The owner, Don Suggs, that owns Rhino, he loves to hunt. He's been a lot of different places. Me and him have hunted a lot of places together. We live this industry, so we feel it. So
I was going to say, you've been to this SHOT Show.
Somebody asked earlier, I could be off a year or two, but it's 35 or 36.
Holy cow! So pretty much
a long time.
Almost every SHOT Show. That's close to.
I've been to a lot of different areas. Now we've been here. I can't remember how many years we came. We've been in this venue now, but
yeah, they have moved around. I remember one time they had it in New Orleans.
I've been to New Orleans. I've been to Texas.
That's right.
Of course, we used to have it over at the other convention center here in Vegas.
Yep, I remember that.
So it's been doing it, but the only reason I keep up with that, when I got asked a minute ago, was we were getting our badges. I want to say it's 2 years ago. That's why I say it's 35 or 30. It could have been 3.
Yeah.
But the little girl was all excited about the outdoor industry, and she'd never worked at the kiosk down there or anything to do this. And she was saying, oh, how exciting it was. And it was 2 days before the show. We were setting up booths and stuff. Yeah. And I said, well, it's a lot of fun. I said, it gets. She goes, well, you're not near as excited enough. And I just laughed at her, and I had 3 or 4 people. Well, she went to sign. She goes, this is your 33rd time being here. I said, so I'm excited to see everybody and see all the new things going on in the industry, but it's
played in a bunch of hunting industry Super Bowls, hadn't you, Jim? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the whole country seems to be going in a pretty good direction.
Yeah.
It just don't turn fast, and
right.
And being veteran-owned company, we're getting a lot of feedback through our social media that you know more about than I do. That's why I usually have somebody else doing that.
Right. But I know what you mean.
It just seems to be. We're looking for 2026 to be a good year.
Well, man, I can't thank you enough for coming by, Jim.
Thank you.
Love y'all's products. Love you guys, man.
Appreciate
know your family, and it's been a privilege even sitting down and talking to you, man. So continued success in 2026, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, same to you.
Maybe your wife is going to set up an outfitting business. Maybe she'll take us hunting now.
Yeah, that's what Jackson wanted.
Yeah, if she can get Jackson a buck, she is good. Right on. We'll be back later. Well, we're on our live podcast or live interview, whatever you want to call it, from the SHOT Show And I've been excited to sit down and talk to John Nosler. If you've known anything about bullets, which obviously if you tune in anything to do with the SHOT Show, you do know ammunition, you know bullets, and you probably know Nosler. And so we just had a chance before we started rolling just to catch up and talk about, again, how many SHOT Shows we've been to. But John was saying, like, he was here before he was even supposed to be here, being a family-owned brand.
Yeah.
How old was you when you first came?
I was 12 or 13, and it was you weren't supposed to be in the show.
The kid wasn't even supposed to be in there. Yeah.
You know, Dad sneaks me in, and he sits me down. At the time, we had a little tiny booth, right? We were a much smaller company.
Yeah.
And he said, "Your job's to hand out catalogs." And I said, "Okay, what do I do?" And he goes, "Make sure everybody walks by and gets a catalog. They're not going to say no to a kid." And I said, "Okay, yes, sir." And so I sat in the little front
to work.
and I'm like, "Here you go. Here, we need a catalog." I'm chasing people down the aisle, like putting in catalogs. That was my job. And then it was obviously, "You got garbage detail, son. Go take care of everything." "Yes, sir."
That is unbelievable. And you see that, and you understand why you guys have been trailblazers in the bullet manufacturing and just so many different things, like the Nosler partition. Dude,
yeah.
I mean, that alone, but when you start looking behind the scenes, like your grandfather started this.
Yes.
And you look at your dad and how he instilled it in you, man, you didn't, everybody had to pull the slack, man.
Oh,
It didn't matter if
100%.
you was 10 years old or 12 years old, you're going to work.
100%. So, yeah, Granddad starts the company. He's a truck driver, and he was on a moose hunt, and it went horribly wrong. And he said, "There's got to be a better way to do this." You know, when you're pulling something, you know, let's say you're in your pickup and you got a trailer, and you put on the brakes, the trailer always pushes you, right?
Right.
And he's like, "If I invent a bullet that can do the same thing, it'll penetrate through." He sketches it on a napkin in a diner.
Are you serious?
That's how the whole thing started. He goes home, takes a truck axle, makes a lathe out of it, hand makes bullets, goes back up, shoots moose the next year. He's got a winner.
So hand loaded his own bullet,
Yes.
made his own bullet.
Yes.
Dude, I'd always wondered, I'd never really read that story.
It's
but
a great
the
story.
truck driver and the
Yes.
mentality of the trailer, because you're exactly right. I mean, that's what the partition is.
That's
I mean,
what it
just-
is.
it's
Hammer
coming
through. And
Yeah.
he kept saying to himself, like, "There's got to be a better way." And he created the better way. But he said, "You know, I like I like my job. I really
Yeah.
do. I'm going to sell this." And everybody said the same thing. "John, it's a great idea, but you can't manufacture it. Best of luck." He kept every Dear John letter. And when he passed, I found the folder. Everyone rejected him. And he thought he was going to sell the company, didn't. And he finally got to the point, he said, "I'm going to do it." And my grandmother looked at him and said, "John, you're a truck driver. Do you know how to make bullets?" He said, "Well, I'm going to find out." And thank God he did it. And he jumped in both feet. He said he spent a week back at the patent office at the government to figure out how to make a patent.
Are you serious?
And he did the whole thing. Yeah. And so that was, I mean, that's our family. That's how we operate.
That is such an amazing story. And like I said, I would imagine he didn't spend a bunch of time in university. Wasn't a highly educated man.
No.
Just a hard-working dude, truck driver.
Grew up in the Depression.
Wanted a good bullet to hunt a moose or big
Yes.
game animals.
Yes, and that's how we did it. And then Dad, had a little more education. Was in the Navy. Came out of the Navy and said, "I think I want to join the company." And we all started at the same place, pushing a broom.
I'd be dang.
Dad did it. I did it. That was my first job.
Holy
Other than
cow.
here at the SHOT Show,
Yeah.
handed out catalogs. It was, "Here's your broom. You keep this place clean." Because if you have pride in your workmanship here, then you can have pride in manufacturing.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's how we started.
This is like, I mean, so much bigger than even a bullet and ammunition. It's really the American dream, the American story of just putting on your boots, going to work.
Yes.
Putting
Strap up.
responsibility and accountability into somebody
Absolutely.
and betting on yourself. I mean, your grandfather, he had to bet on himself
He
and
bet
bet
on
his
himself,
idea.
and my grandmother bet on him. And
Yeah.
my dad was too little at the time; he didn't know.
Right,
But,
yeah.
and then we had the same thing. Dad had to buy the company back because there was a point where we partnered with Loophole, phenomenal partners, and they owned a majority share of the company for a long time. Dad's dream and vision was to buy it back, and so he did the same thing. It was just a different time in life. He said, "I'm going to buy the company back." And
Holy
mom
cow.
looked at him and said, "Are you sure?"
Just completely rolled
Yeah,
the dice.
roll the dice.
But had enough belief in the team, obviously the product.
And
Yeah.
himself. And he knew that with our team, with our vision, we could make this happen. And he did it. And I mean, that's the American dream. You're betting on yourself.
It's funny too when you look at like Nosler. Well, it's on the family's last name. And so there's something that's really cool about that, but there's also something that puts a whole nother drive in you.
Yes.
Like I remember when we started Bone Collector, I put Michael Waddell's Bone Collector, and a lot of people think that's about ego.
Right.
But I was telling people later, I was like, now in our style guide, we pulled it out and it's just Bone Collector. I said, man, I needed to put my name on it and see my dad's last name.
Yes.
It just will make you get up out of the bed, make you work harder. So it had nothing to do with the ego or the pride of like, look at my name. And I really feel like that story runs true. I mean, even some of y'all's competitors, old Jason and the Hornady family, there's so many parallels. And even though there's competitiveness, there's a lot of love. Both of the companies are going straight up. Everybody loves it.
Absolutely. You go back to when they all first started, World War II.
Yep.
And they're all traveling around to gun shows together and matches, and they're trying to sell their product, and they all had an idea. And, in these rooms were harsh competitors.
Yes.
Afterwards, they'd play poker together, they'd have a couple beers, laugh about the day, and go on their merry way.
That's unbelievable. Wasn't you telling me you had an old photo of
yes, we have
your
a photo.
grandfather and Joyce
and
Hornady?
So there's Joyce Hornaday, Vernon Spear, the guys from RCBS Dies,
oh my goodness.
The Hodgdons, everyone who started at the same time. And they travel around together, and they'd come up and visit during Christmas, and they were just, I wouldn't call them best friends because we are competitors.
Right.
But man, we respect the hell out of each other.
Oh my goodness.
Because we all started the same way.
And it seemed like there was a lot of bouncing back and forth when you go through different things and obviously understanding whatever it is about business. There were certain things, and I still sit and they're like, hey man, what's happening over here? Like, well, this is about affecting us or whatever. And it's almost like, it's competitive. But it reminds me a lot of like, I was a big turkey caller, still love turkey calling, but I remember I'd go to these shows and I remember it just blow my mind that Dick Kirby with Quaker Boy game calls, and then you had Harold and David, from Night and Hell, then Eddie Salter, all had their own, independent call companies, Preston Pittman.
Yep.
They were all sitting there high-fiving, laughing, calling in contests, but they were fierce competitors.
It is, and it's. I think that's what sets our industry apart from anybody. We can duke it out.
Yes.
And we can go to the mats with each other.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we respect each other. And if someone did something good, there's times Jason Hornady, they introduce something, him and Steve, I'll go by, I'll high five him.
Right, like good job. And vice versa, I know they'll do the same.
Oh yeah.
They'll do the same, I'm sure. Yeah.
And it does separate us apart. I mean, we're not, family-owned companies are a little different, right?
Right.
We don't report to anybody.
Right.
We don't have to go in front of, giant board of directors, publicly traded, and have to make decisions based on profitability statements.
Yeah.
We can use our gut instinct and say, that's the best product, we're going to go that route. And again, like my dad and my grandfather, bet on ourselves.
Yep.
And it's a cool thing. Jason does the same thing, and I know the Hodgdons do the same thing. It's cool. There's not as many as there used to be, family-run companies, but there are a lot of startups that we're always here to help. Like, we'll go downstairs here at the SHOT Show and see a lot of the new up-and-coming companies. And we found some good partners over the years doing that because we were there once.
That's
we
exactly
remember
right.
how that was.
That's exactly
and wait
right.
for somebody to take a chance on us.
Well, you guys have done a phenomenal job of just keeping that warm campfire. It's tied to your last name, Nosler, and it's funny, I've been by the booth several times over the past years, always growing up. I remember the first time I got into reloading, and me and a guy named Shane Collier, and immediately we just like, man, I done shot a lot of bullets, but man, that Nosler partition. As a matter of fact, it's funny, when you look at all the things about bullet performance and stuff, and penetration and things like that, I know I had somebody the other day, and we were talking about a situation. It's like, well, there's no way that wouldn't have done this. And I remember I brought up Nosler partition. I said, well, you got to understand, if that was a Nosler partition, there would have been an exit, or it at least would have been on the other side of the skin, where you got to understand, when you're debating different bullets, and it's cool to hear the story of the trailer and your grandfather, because, if I got something big, you got a moose, you got an elk, and you need to get to the other side or quartering away. And I don't think, when they first started making bullets, it was either full metal jacket or whatever it was, and now you're seeing all this stuff. But it's amazing how you think about innovation. It's like the first one was so awesome. It's like, how do you even fix it?
So
like
when we do our R&D meetings, we'll sit in a room where I got engineers,
that's got to be
sales,
tough.
And there's times that they go, is it as good as a partition? Well, yeah, it's different. It's for this application. Back then, the reason my grandfather had to do that is because it was the start of the Magnums, the 300 H&H,
Right.
and
That's right.
And so they had to have a bullet that performed to that. Well, you walk around the show, how many new cartridges and loadings and new platforms? Okay, this is a short barrel, this is a long barrel, this is suppressed, this is unsuppressed. It makes our team every day have to come in. You have to have your A game every day, because this is the trend and this is what's going to happen over the next 5 years. You better have a bullet for the end of this.
Right.
And it's exciting. I'm not going to lie. Every day I wake up, I'm ready to go. Every day.
There's so many
and I know
calories.
the team is too, because they love the challenge. They love the challenge.
well,
and they also want to make sure we don't have that. Is it as good as a partition? Is it good as a ballistic tip? Is it good as an Accubon? It's better, and here's why.
Yeah.
And they love that. They absolutely love that. And I
That's
do too.
awesome.
I mean, I almost become like a proud papa when I see something like that get developed.
That's unbelievable, man. I can't thank you enough, John.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's always a pleasure to see you and shake your hand, but
Absolutely.
man,
it's been too long, and you know,
absolutely.
These shows go by so fast, and like we were kind of joking, 35 years, what the heck? Like, I'm gonna blink and my son's gonna be in this chair.
I know it. Hit me. Pass out them catalogs, boy.
Yeah,
Get out there.
I love it.
Well, man, good to talk to you. Tell the
you.
family I said hey and all the
Appreciate
crew,
it.
man. Appreciate you coming by and chatting with us.
Thank you.